Greetings! My name's Dwayne, and I've been working on a series of gnome ornaments that I call the Woodland Wizards. And what I've done is designed different hats for the same body. So the original one I came out with had this crinkled, scrunched down hat. Real cute design and everything with the wizard hat. Then I also came out with the florist flower hat. This gives us our petals on there and a couple different designs there. And we did a number of different ones with that. But what I want to do today is just concentrate on the simple hat. There's other videos that I have out there that show how to do those hats. So if you check them out on YouTube, they're used with a 4-inch cone. And what I'm going to do today is just show the simple hat. I'm not going to show how to make the body on this video because I've done the body on those two other videos. So I've already prepared my body, put that together. So if you're looking to have the body made, go to the Forest Flower tutorial or the Woodland Wizard one, and you can get the information on how to make the body. We're going to concentrate on the hat. And I call it the simple hat. And it's one I've done with larger gnomes. And it's just scaled down, very simple, easy hat there to make. And then we decorate it. Now the hat, you can use just a regular 9x12 piece of felt, fold it over, and as I got on the fold here, either draw it out or just cut the hat out, open it up. It's more of a heart shape to it. But just cut that. Now, I buy in quantity a bit for some of the colors that I use a lot. I use white a lot for my gnomes. I use black, certain colors, my green that I use for like Unnie's hat. So you can pick up like at Joann's or Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of the major craft stores, by the yard or half yard even if you want, to save yourself some money rather than just buying large amounts of the craft squares. If you're just starting out and you want to, just get involved with a few, buy the craft squares and say, like I said, you can save money buying by the yard. But so I got my hat, and simply this can be something done either with hot glue or by sewing. And I'm just going to show you the sewing method here. What I do is I start straight across from the nose. This, where it angles up here, is where I'm going to be putting my gnome nose. So go straight across. It doesn't have to be perfect, but somewhere right across from there to have my starting point. I'm going to just run my needle thread through there. And if you're gluing, you're just going to glue up here and leave about 3/4 of an inch, because we're going to be putting our twine or our ribbon through here for our hanger. And I have found, I like to do the blanket stitch, but I have found with a lot of just the smaller stuff, easier stuff, is just to do a straight up stitch. If you're using a sewing machine, just sew right along. And as I said, I go up to about 3/4 of an inch. Before I cut out my twine and put it through for my hanger. Let me grab that. And I use about 12 inches of twine. And it doesn't have to be twine. If you have ribbon, if you have yarn, just cut out a yarn. I've done that too with some of my other gnomes when I first started out. That's what I had available, was some yarn. So I got some yarn out and made the hanger with some yarn. Do it the color that you want, and then just tie a knot in here. Now if you want to secure it, make sure that's really tight, I would put a dab of glue on the top there just to hold that together and let it dry. Always great to have things just secured there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my part that I have the loop down at the end there and thread it through, just like the other ones, just like the other hats that we've done, the flower one and the woodland one. And just feed it on through down in there. Grab a hold of it. It's going to come out on the bottom there a little bit. So I'm keeping my knot up top here. So if you're doing hot glue, you would just glue up the rest of it there so it's in there. If you're sewing, I just sew it right into it. Probably the most difficult part of this whole thing is just sewing that in there. Let's just finish you off there. And I usually put about 3 or 4 stitches in there, maybe a couple more, just type so I can hold that in. To the back side, and that way I'm just, like I said, holding the twine in there by running through a few stitches. Cut it off. And then I turn it right side out. And you can use your ribbon, string, twine, whatever you have there just to help pull it through. Makes it easier there. And just as simple as that, I have my simple hat. Let me grab my body here, and this is just going to go on. It's going to cover the arms there a little, come down, have our nice little V shape in the back there. Now with the other ones, I didn't stuff the hat. There wasn't as much there that needed. This one I do. This one I take just a little bit of stuffing. And I stuff into the top of the hat. Might just give it just a little bit more here. But I stuff the hat on this one. It's a little bit larger than the other one, sticks up a little bit higher, so I want to have some stuffing in there. I'm going to put my hat on there. Now I glue down the back, and I can either keep it like this or I put some trim on it. And I'll show you how to put the trim on just in one moment here. But I simply just roll it over, and I just roll up the back. And I glue right at the top of the arms and the top where it's rolled up, so I can roll it back down over the glue. And just give it a moment to let it dry there. Now same thing with the front here. I've done it times where I've just rolled up on the little bit on each side and placed a little glue. Other times I'll place just a little glue across the cone here about where the beard, the top of the beard here, so I can bring this down. So I'm just going to go across the top of the beard, just a light little. There, bring that down and hold it for just a moment. Now, as I said, if you want to just leave this as your hat, you can have that just as your gnome hat. Go ahead and apply your nose here. What I use is the 3/4 inch wood balls. I've shown these before. I get these from Hobby Lobby. You can also get them online. There's different online wood places you can get them from, but I'll use a 3/4 inch wood ball for my nose. Grab one out here. And I can glue that on right there. Now before I do that though, what I like to do is add some trim to it. So this here, and I'm going to get a lot of requests what it is and everything. This is actually just a chunky yarn. Bought this from Hobby Lobby. They have always carried it for some, the different colors. There's probably about a dozen different colors that you can get. I've also seen the same thing at Joann's. I've also online that you can get. And again, it's just a yarn. I use the same yarn for my Santa Claus coats, my Santa hats. So it's a good yarn to keep around. This is the Yarn Bee, I believe is what Hobby Lobby calls it. And I'll just go around the edge of my hat here. And again, just applying a light little line of glue. Don't want to overdo it. And I like to start at my seam, so I'm covering up my seam there. And it's great to try different colors. They also have a fur yarn. And you can get different furs and do that. And again, I picked up this at Hobby Lobby. I've gotten different colors, different types of furs. This is a little bit skinnier. Done that with some of the other gnomes, but you can do different furs too and add those to the hat. Get a little bit different look on the trim there. And I've done that with some of my more of a woodland ones that I want to have, more of a darker colors than the white. And these ones I'm just doing as more of an angel, which are very popular. They've been very popular with the angel ones. Speaking of the angels, I do get questions about the little charm I put on the top of most of my angels. Like these, Hobby Lobby has had these for the last couple of years, and I actually go into my local store and I'll buy up what they have each year. They're really great little charms, and they're nice little ornaments to put on my gnomes there. Mentioned the fur. This is one of the darker ones I did. This is actually done with fleece, giving it a little bit more character. And I put a fur around there. I was thinking about too putting the fur around the sleeves, just to give you some ideas of different things we can do to decorate our gnomes there. Let me finish up this little guy here. So we're just going to go all the way around. Give him a fur hat. I like to give you the basics, but I also like to show you a variety too. A little bit different things that you can do, different ways. And I'm amazed how many people send me pictures, different things that they've done. And I look at them and I say, wow, why can't I come up with that idea? That was just beautiful. And there's a lot of beautiful stuff out there. So I love to see what you guys are doing. But giving you the basic ideas and letting you run with it and make your own gnome with that. So here, I just need to add my nose, and we'll be all set there. And just add a little dab, and get a little bit more glue here. Yep. And what I do is I try to touch on my rim there a little bit, just for more security. I don't want it to show, but I want it to go underneath there. I like to have a couple touch points so my nose isn't just flopping around. Hold it on there. Bring it together. And that is the simple hat. That's just how I put together my simple hat. That's how I put a little bit of trim onto it. As I said, you don't even need to put the trim on it. If you just want to keep the hat just as it is, it comes out looking really nice. Just to do your gnome with a simple hat too. You might want to try different colors. Even if you do like a white body, put in a different color on the top of the hat there. However you want to do that. Gives you a couple ideas, couple designs that you can come up with different characters with it. And that's a great thing to be able to do with these gnomes. They have so many different things that you can come up with in the designs for them. As I said, I'm just working on the hats here, giving you ideas, trying to show you what you can do. And now you can decorate as far as putting your little accessories into the hats and the bodies. As I said, I made this guy out of fleece, and because he's darker, what I've been looking for is to put into some of the accessories more of the woodland or the darker ones. People always ask me where I get my little props from, my little lanterns, stuff like that. That's one I actually picked up from Temu. They've become very popular here lately, and it might be something that you want to check out. They got a lot of little great items, and it was like $1.50 to get 2 of these little lanterns here. So I'm just looking into gluing them onto the side here. And as I said, even the same thing with the nose. I like to have a couple different touch points where I got the glue. So I'd glue the base down, glue the little arm over here, and then glue the gnome's arm onto the back. I don't want to have it something hanging out on the side. So that's what I'm looking to do to decorate this little guy. And maybe add some other little things to him, some little natural things, maybe like a pine cone up here in his hat, maybe a couple leaves, just adding some character to him. I have little birds we might be able to add in here, but just trying to give you some ideas. There's also, speaking of Temu, I did order some little charms. Let's see if I can open this up and get a look at it. I thought these might be real nice too. It's a necklace, and if you could see that, it's got a nice little stone in there, some color. These things were just like 50 cents or something for something real nice there, and just add little charm to the top there. It's got a blue stone in there, so maybe I'll make a blue one and add that to there, just to give you some ideas there. The other idea is putting the wings on. You might have seen earlier that I have different wings that I have available to use. The one set of wings, as I mentioned in the other videos, these I've gotten from Dollar Tree. DollarTree.com does have them by the case that you can get them by. The other ones that I've done with this one here, these were wings that I found, butterfly, that I found at Hobby Lobby. Now they're currently, as the time I'm making this video, they're out of stock online with this, but you might want to check your Hobby Lobby store, the My Garden Friends section, which is the little gnome section for the outdoor. Check and see. They had some of these, about a half dozen of them, available at my store at the time, so it might be something that you might still be able to pick up. And I've had people send me messages saying that they've been able to find some of the butterflies at Michael's too. So, and with these, I do show in the other videos how I attach them by just gluing them on the back of the gnome. So again, just trying to give you some ideas, some things to play with. Another hat that you can work with if you don't want to do the crinkle hat, if your floral one where it gets involved a little bit more here, this is the simple hat. This is the hat that you can do, just put it together, it takes very little time, and then decorate however you'd like to decorate the gnome there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all you guys show me. I love to see everything you guys do, and I hope this helps you out. Thank you.